If we really want to be free, we have to be prepared to confront the forces that bind or distract us. This includes struggling to overcome our baser tendencies toward selfishness, egoism, and hypocrisy while reaching for love, truth, and spiritual joy. We may not be able to control the environment around us, but we can control our perceptions and our interactions with others. How we interpret our experiences determines what our experiences will be. True happiness is within, because when we awaken our own spiritual nature we can experience nature God's love, and then we realize our own potential to love. The root cause of the problems of the environment is pollution in the ecology of our minds. It's so easy to see a little pebble as a mountain unless we are focused on a real mountain. The greatest compassion is to help people awaken their eternal blissful, loving identify. Real education is to have the wisdom to see every living being with equal vision. One should not just tolerate insults and harsh words, but also forgive with a peaceful mind. Sometimes we may doubt that God is caring for us. At such times we should know that God protects us either directly or indirectly by doing what's best for our spiritual lives. Our challenge therefore is to see God's divine, merciful hand in all situations. Only light can dispel darkness and only love can dispel hate. We need to find those people, and have our own practices in life to cultivate coming into that light. Grace is the extension of God's hand even though we don't deserve it. It is the transcendent, ever-existing expression of the Divine's love, and like the sun, it spreads its rays impartially, it shines for each of us. As long as we have this aspiration to feel ourselves great, as long as we think I have a particular role or a particular position that will make me happy, then we're missing the real treasure of devotion. To serve with sincerity is the highest aspiration in whatever role we may be. To be a good follower is a prerequisite to be a good leader. Humility and gratitude are very important. To be grateful for the gifts that we have received and to be humbled by the opportunity to use them. The real power is the power to control our mind and senses. To live with dignity, with integrity, with compassion, that is true power. That's the power that can change the world. Without fear, you can feel deeper compassion for those who suffer and then do something to alleviate the pain. When we forget the love of God within us, then we become vulnerable to the ego and arrogance. We can elevate our energy to the spiritual through sincere prayer, meditation, meaningful ritual, and the chanting of sacred mantras. Awareness of our interdependence with the world and our ultimate dependence on the source of this world has a strong and immediate effect: freedom from fear. There is no greater joy in all of creation than discovering the love that is within our hearts. Everyone is looking for that love. Everyone is interdependent, and the quality of a meaningful life is how we live in harmony with others. That harmony is the basis of compassion. We may have weaknesses, we strive to overcome those weaknesses, but we don't have to pretend that we don't have them. The pleasure that we are all truly seeking is the pleasure of true love. Why do we all have that in common? Because it is our essential nature. A really successful person is one who sees a positive opportunity in every situation. Even in the darkest tragedies and traumas, there must be something to learn, some wisdom, some growth, some opportunity. God, who is absolute, reveals himself to different people in different ways. I realized it would be very narrow to think there was only one way to God. Time is so precious. Every moment is special because according to how we utilize it, will determine our state of consciousness. We shouldn't be seeking to be great, we should be seeking to serve, because in that service there is actual greatness. Be active in the world, but rise above all selfish misconceptions by choosing to keep the roots of your values sheltered in the soil of integrity and grace. The true qualities of a person who has enlightenment are that they can appreciate and respect others. Faith allows us to see that both the happiness and suffering are not random but helpful to our development as spiritual beings, and to understand that we are free to choose progressive development. A really successful person is one who sees a positive opportunity in every situation in life. If we really want to be free, we have to be prepared to confront the forces that bind or distract us. This includes struggling to overcome our baser tendencies toward selfishness, egoism, and hypocrisy while reaching for love, truth, and spiritual joy. A true friend is one who will be there at both our best and worst times. If we can sacrifice even a part of our comforts to show compassion to others, we enrich our lives. We are vulnerable to defeat when our minds succumb to fear. Through knowledge of our spiritual nature and sincere faith in God, we can overcome all fear. The most essential form of service to others is to enlighten them with the joy of realizing their true self. True happiness is forever within us, but we have only the present moment to seek and find it. Time is so precious that if you lose a moment, you cannot recover it for all the wealth within the cosmic manifestation. If we really want to be free, we have to be prepared to confront the forces that bind or distract us. This includes struggling to overcome our baser tendencies toward selfishness, egoism, and hypocrisy while reaching for love, truth, and spiritual joy.